Many of us have been desperately trying to channel our inner rock stars since the first Guitar Hero game climbed its way up the charts in 2005. And the teams responsible for creating the first 3 installments of the franchise seemed to do no wrong. By the time Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock released in the fall of 2007, the hype for the series was palpable, with both critics and fans eagerly awaiting any new Guitar Hero product they could get their hands on. And Guitar Hero 3 became the first single video game title to reach $1 billion in sales. Vicarious Visions, a development team whose wheelhouse was typically handheld GBA games, was willing to take a risk despite the hardware limitations of the DS to try to bring Guitar Hero to a handheld, thus making Guitar Hero on Tour for the Nintendo DS a true passion project rather than a cheap cash grab. Let's get started. The team at Vicarious Visions, along with CEO Karthik Bala, I'm sure I butchered that, sorry, began brainstorming ideas for what would ultimately become Guitar Hero on Tour in early 2007, with nearly 24 different combinations of software and hardware peripherals. Apparently these were more Frankenstein-type projects, even one as large as having 12 fret buttons. They explored these options for over 6 months before presenting their initial prototype to both Nintendo and Red Octane, who was now a subsidiary of Activision at this point, with Nintendo providing hardware integration with the DS and Red Octane assisting with the proper ergonomic yet functional design for the guitar grip itself. And they didn't waste any time getting it out there to the public, because in February 2008, Activision officially announced Guitar Hero on Tour, and the game was released on June 22, 2008. So let's take a look at the hardware and a brief overview of the gameplay features. And for this video, I'm going to be using the Guitar Hero Special Edition 3DS Lite because my original OG silver Nintendo DS kind of had a King Kong versus dinosaur situation a few years ago, so yeah, I can't use that one anymore. Integrating the guitar grip and fret buttons to fit snugly into the GBA slot was both aesthetically pleasing and satisfying. I love that guitar pick stylus too. But I will say the grip is uncomfortable and it makes my hand cramp after I play for a little bit, so it's definitely not a game that you can sit and play for a long time. The guitar duals are innovative as well. These are unique and specifically focused on by the developers as a great way to set it apart from the home console versions, and use the dual touchscreen. Lead designer Jeremy Russo was insistent on this feature, so you can use different modes of attacks to use on your opponent. It was kind of like a Mario Kart for Guitar Hero. And I do think that was a great approach to set it apart, because yeah, you're not going to have the same experience as actually having the guitar, and if you can't be better than the direct competition, then do something different. Music track selection was pretty solid too, especially the fact that they have Chris Daughtry on here. I mean, don't all of us just dream about rocking out to Daughtry? The answer is no. But as you know, unfortunately, due to copyright limitations, I can't really let you sample much of the music on here, so you guys will just kind of have to research that one yourself. And being able to activate star power with the DS built-in microphone was an awesome feature too. Unfortunately, 2008 would mark the beginning of the end for the Guitar Hero franchise, with oversaturation in the video game rhythm market, with Guitar Hero on Tour being one of the elements of a perfect storm of jumping the shark before Guitar Hero sales would plummet in 2009. And I'll have to admit, my initial gut reaction when I heard about this was more eye-rolling, and I thought it was just a quick way to make some money based on the franchise's popularity. But when I played it back then, and especially after researching it for this video today, I've garnered much respect for the team at Vicarious Visions and what they ultimately presented to the Guitar Hero community. And by the way, a bucket list item for me is the Guitar Hero arcade machine to have for my own. So if you guys know where I can get one, especially for a good price, let me know. I'm not kidding. Till next time, guys, G3 out.